Hello, how are you all doing? How was your day today? I have to apologize. Ruby, I didn't see your comment when I posted earlier. So please forgive me, child. Please, please forgive me. Ruby, you hit the nail on the head. They are trying to get that island. Yeah, they go after black properties and get it for pennies on the dollar and turn around and build $500,000 homes on it, $1 million homes on it, and they don't care at all. So you're right. I am so disappointed and scared for them. I'm hoping that more people black and brown people start reaching out to them to figure out how they can help. What do they need? What can they do? What can they offer? I just hope that's what takes place. Figure out what you can do, what you can invest in, what you can provide to block them out because I genuinely believe that it was done on purpose. I believe that. I could be wrong and I'm okay with being wrong, but I believe that it was done deliberately to scare people away from the island. That's what I believe. Uh oh my God, are you serious? Hold on, y'all. So after our little separation and everything from my human, I decided to get rid of my wedding ring. Okay. I decided that. Now, don't get me wrong, I have gone on to thoroughly regret that decision. Okay. I've regretted that decision for a while now. And so I have taken on a task of finding my ring again, but I don't want the ring on my ring finger. I want the ring on my right hand because I love my ring. Like, I love my ring. So I just found it. I found it again. Like, I'm not kidding you. I found it. Um, and I can't believe how inexpensive it is. And I believe it's because it was it's part of an estate. So, honey, I am so happy. Oh, that's why. Okay. It's only 3 carats. Okay, that's why. That's why. Okay. Ah, I hate that. Anyway, got me all excited for nothing. Anyway, anyway, so I watched a beautiful documentary, and it is called Black Barbie. It's on Netflix. Please share with your nieces, your great nieces, your granddaughters. Just share with children in general so that they can see the evolution of Black beauty being depicted as a Black Barbie. It's honey, it's stellar, and it made me cry a couple of times because I remember when I started having a problem with white Barbies. I had to be approximately 4 or 5. I can remember that much. I had to be about 4 or 5 years old, and I was at my great grandmother's house in front of the fireplace, and she gave me a doll that she had purchased from Piggly Wiggly for me. And I'm looking at the doll and everything, and I started asking her questions. Like, why is the doll pink? Why doesn't it look like my skin? And I remember her saying, why the doll was pink. She said, "Oh, it's supposed to be a white woman." And I was like, "So why isn't it black? Like, why doesn't it look like me?" I remember asking my great grandmother those questions. And this is I'm asking questions to someone, who were born literally in the year 1900. So I guess a little bit after then, a while after then, or whenever, my mother was walking me to a lady up the hill from my great grandmother's house. And she was telling me she was taking me to pick up a new doll, how excited she was. And it was the first time that I recall being outspoken and speaking up for myself as a black and brown girl, as a black and brown child, right? And I got pretty stern about it, not disrespectful, but I remember my entire disposition and I remember the conversation. And I said to my mom, I don't want it. I don't want that doll. I'm not going to play with that doll. I'm black. I'm not white. I'm not playing with it. I don't want it. Take me back home. I'm not playing with it. So she was so quiet. Like, I will live forever and not understand why she didn't tan my hind parts for me being so defiant to her doing something nice, which is buying me a toy, buying a toy for your kid. That's very sweet. That's very loving. That's thoughtful. But here you are with this 4 or 5 year old being pretty defiant, and saying they don't want it. They're not going to play with it. They don't like it. They're not white. They're black. They don't want no stupid toy. They don't want no stupid doll. And she only replied with, "Well, you're getting a Cabbage Patch doll just for you. It's gonna be just for you. It's not gonna be for anyone else." She never told me it would look like me. She said it will be just for you. Just just see it. Just look at it. And honey, after she said that, I remember so clearly with them darn white patent leather shoes on and them darn frilly socks. Honey, I started stomping up the hill. Baby, I stomped the entire time to this lady's house. Like, I was stomping. I mean, my face looked like a fist. I was furious. I was mad. I was protesting. And it was the first time I remember being outspoken about something I don't like. And we got there, going to the lady house. And when we were going in the house, she did tell me, "You be respectful to her. You don't treat her like your feelings. You don't treat her like your feelings right now. And basically, fix your face." That's what she said politely. Basically, don't you show out in here. That's basically what she was saying. But anyway, I she came, into the front of the house and she said, "Oh, you came for a dog. You came for a dog. Oh, I'll be right back." And so my mom looked at me and she said, "She made this for you. Right? She made this just for you." And she comes back into that front room, or they call it a parlor, and she's holding a black Cabbage Patch doll with black hair, a black nose, black lips, and it looked like what I wanted to see. And she started telling me, she said, "I made the hair out of yarn because that would get you used to doing your own hair. And she just explained the style, why she chose to use these particular like black brownish buttons for the eyes, and then she painted, like, she did an amazing job. And it was the first time I felt represented with a toy that I could identify and relate to. And I was so happy. I started crying. It was also the first time I recall happy crying. And I thank Barbie so much uh, for Mattel, excuse me, for recognizing that little black and brown girls deserve and need to be represented as beautiful, iconic. Uh, when with dolls, little girls are very nurturing with them. They're very motherly with them. They're expressing the way they believe that they should be treated. And I don't think people put those two together. And just watch Black Barbie. You will appreciate it. As you see, I have Judith Jamison as my little avatar for a reason. Some of you don't know I've danced ballet for over 15 years. Yep, ballerina. And when I first found my love for ballet, it was in Columbia, South Carolina. And it was on a black and white television, very small black and white television with bunny ears and foil on them. And when I saw it, it was just all white people. It was the Nutcracker and different productions I was watching on Sundays on PBS. And then I started wanting to dance. I started, telling my parents, I want to be a ballerina. I want to do this. I want to do this. And it wasn't a fleeting passion. Like little girls want to do it to feel beautiful. I wanted to do it because I knew I could do it and I knew that I would be good at doing it. I saw myself and challenged my ability to do so. I started acting it out. I started talking to my neighbor friends and my cousins and telling them I wanted to be a ballerina and asking them have they ever watched it, and always being told that that's white people stuff. That's white girl stuff. Or being laughed at, made fun of. Um, it was painful to get that kind of response. Over the years, I felt isolated until Judith Jamison. You see, on that same black and white television, on that same channel, there was an Alvin Ailey production aired, and the reality is that I got to watch Judith Jamison dance. It shattered every bit of shame, rejection, disappointment associated uh, with me being a ballerina, me pursuing ballet. I saw myself. I did. I saw myself, and that changed everything for me. I put a fight up to be in those spaces and environments. And I realized that if I could take ridicule, rejection from my friends, my neighbors, from my family, I can take it from anybody else. If I can take it from my own, I can, whatever you do and say in this space, it doesn't matter. And I had made my mind up. Made up mind is the most powerful thing in this world, honey. And when I danced, I felt like I was performing for her. That's always what I saw, and people don't know that. When I would dance, when I would practice, when I would perform, I was seeing her. Before Misty Copeland, there was Judith Jamison. You can't understand how hard I cried on Sunday and how often I cried on Sunday because of learning of her loss devastated me. And it's very interesting because back in February, we did this massive Black History program, and it was 5 churches put together, and we all put together this program. And I decided to make my portion specifically about Ailey Dance Theater and about Judith Jamison. And I had to find them, but I found ballerinas at the 3 stages of life: elementary school, middle age, like, in their college years, and then someone in their adult years, Black ballerinas. And that was not an easy task. Okay. And I found them. So I wrote the script for them to act out Judith's life, right? And have it interpreted in dance. And it was my way of honoring her, and I will live with it forever in my heart that I was able to acknowledge her and celebrate her. And God Himself led me to do that in February 2024. I will never forget that. Never. Everyone celebrates everyone else and all these very commonly known names. And I was bothered that during Black History Month, no one were celebrating Judith. No one were celebrating Alvin Ailey in all of these years, and it made me angry. So for February, I decided to do something about it, and I did. I did. She'll be sorely missed. She'll always be smack dab in the audience, of me dancing. That's who I always envisioned I was dancing for, you know, in the audience. Nobody else. That's what I saw. I don't care if they had, 12, thousands of people, at an event or performance we were doing. I didn't care. I only saw Judith. I only saw Judith. And I thank her so much for everything she's done for this little Black girl to make her dreams come true. I'm serious. She encouraged and emboldened me to break barriers in my city, in my state, and I'm thankful. Well, I'm about to run along. Honey, you can imagine how tired I am. Oof, I'm serious. I am tired. Well, November here. If you know November, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Are y'all ready for Thanksgiving? What are you all doing for how Thanksgiving? Anywhere y'all going? Anyone you're inviting? Huh? I'm not cooking this year. Yeah, I said what I said. Sure. I am not cooking this year. I had a girl. Well, I would still be, cooking at their house, making things that I like at their house. But I had a girlfriend that invited me to Alabama with her and her family to celebrate Thanksgiving as they prepare for their oldest to get ready to ship off to the Marine Corps. So uh, he wanted to see his Tia, honey. He wanted to see his Tia. So I'll be there, celebrating with him, and of course, praying with him, praying over him before you leave, encouraging him, giving him some words of wisdom, and also celebrating who he is as a young man and how he's been as a young man, as a child, as a person. He is, I hate to say it this way, he's an exceptional child. I mean, just his heart, the way he is, who he is, it's nothing short of remarkable. And I'm proud of him. I know his parents are proud of him. And so I'll be skedaddling to Alabama to spend that time with them and then come back that Monday. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, the reason why I'm staying so long, I'm trying to hop and see two other friends while this, since I'm being stayed. And so we've decided to meet at some halfway points and do some shopping and catching up and child laughing until we cry and laugh. They know I'm silly. They have accepted that I'm silly. Okay. Woo! I can't wait to read your comments. Have a good one.